We cast out arguing. We cast anything out that is not of you, and we thank you that we are victorious and the devil is a doomed, damned, defeated foe. We just thank you right now in the powerful name of your son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. Amen. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. There she go, daughter of Sarah. Thank you for coming on in today. Thank you for coming on in today, guys. We hope that you all just have a refreshing time in the Word today. But what have we been talking about? We've been talking. I've done a series on the 10 Commandments. It's gonna be a 9-volume, I believe, a 9-volume series. But so far, it's a blessing and a pleasure to minister unto you. What did we talk about? And the first one was volume 1, the 10 Commandments. What we said, we showed you in volume 1. What we showed you? We showed you the 10 Commandments, the biblical 10 Commandments. We just showed them to you. And we showed you the Catholic Church have taken some out. What they take out? They took out idols and remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, and they split number 10 in two, so that you wouldn't see no idols. That was first one. No other gods, no idols. That was 1 and 2. That was volume 1. But we also showed you, we've been showing you all these last few weeks that they are a table. The 10 Commandments are a table of content, that they're 2 tables. You got 2 that expand out to 10, that expand out to the rest of them. Because what? The 10 Commandments, they're nothing but a table of contents. Loving the Most High, loving your neighbor. That's all it is. All of the commandments fall under one of the categories. And we ain't even gotten the good stuff yet. Woo, next week. Woo. Today gonna be good too. You would think that you would even have to do this one, but all throughout the country, all throughout the world, especially this country, it's just crime riddled. In my city, Memphis, number 1. 111 in the. That's ridiculous. 2-3 people shot, dead, killed every day. At least 1 to 3 people killed. That me and my wife, we heard gunshots the other night, just pop, 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 pop. I said, oh, well, we'll see it in the morning. We'll see it I don't even look out the window. They don't need to see me look out the window. Oh, he saw us. No, man. And you don't want this trouble. Y'all don't want this trouble. Don't come over here. But the table of contents, guys. More Israel, Charlie. We see you. ABL. Yes, fam. Always be learning. But we've been telling you what is the greatest commandment. We've been telling you, because most run-of-the-mill, average so-called Christian, they say we only got to do 2 commandments. They love God and love our neighbor. We do the 10 commandments. You do? What about number 4? Oh, except that. But we're going to go to the master. What he say? He said, if somebody came to him and said, then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, what is the greatest commandment in the law? And Yeshua said unto them, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. What? Loving the Most High. Yeshua said that. He says, this is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. The second one just like it. Love your neighbor as yourself or thyself. On these 2 commandments, what? Loving the Most High, loving your neighbor. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. All of it, every piece of it, everything hang on there. A dietary law, yes. LGBTQ, yes. Those laws dealing with that stuff hang on them too. Why? Because if I love the Most High, I wouldn't eat what he told me not to eat. If I love the Most High, if I love the Most High, he told me that no adultery. He told me don't mix nothing with my marriage. He said no sexual sins. Yeah, all of them that would all fall under adultery. Well, all we got to do is follow the 10. Okay, but what about, so I can kidnap now? That ain't in the 10. Yes, it is. It falls under thou shalt not steal. No, I can mess with animals now because there is nowhere in the New Testament, so-called New Testament, that talks about bestiality. Nowhere. All under. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't mess. All sexual sins fall under adultery. Do you get that? Oh boy. It's, and Yeshua, he just making them his answer to this doctor of the law. He just made that up. No, he was quoting Deuteronomy 6:5 and Leviticus 19:18. You can look at that on your own. But again, he repeated the same thing in Mark chapter 12 and in Luke chapter 10. I always just like to give you a complete breakdown where you can find stuff. But again in Matthew 22, but I'm going to read this one. It said, Yeshua said unto him, thou shalt love God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor. That's Deuteronomy 6, chapter 6, and Leviticus chapter 19. You can look that up on your own. He said, on these two commandments hang all, sums up all the law and the prophets. But you see that all NIV said all the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. Brother Zechariah Z made a great point. He said, if you hang a hat on a hook, that don't do away with the hat. Right. New Living Translation. The entire law and all the demands of the prophets, everything they told you. Even no buying and selling on the Sabbath. Yes, even no buying and selling on the Sabbath. Going to buy you a 3-piece meal. Oh, man, stop that. Cut it out unless it's an emergency. Like what, Brother Ronnie? What? Like what? Let's just say you ain't got no food in the house. Nothing. Baby's hungry. Need something to eat. It's all. I'm saying, not me, not the Most High, but I'm saying you can bend that rule a little bit, just like Yeshua them bent the rule by eating off the trees that on the Sabbath day, right? And David did, eating the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, right? But it says the word hang, that word is, I don't know what the word is, but hang, it just means it's summed up. Look it up on your own. Brother Ronnie can't do everything for you. But did Yahushua, did he make this up? No, we already showed you he didn't make that stuff up. Look at it, do it yourself. But this Bible, these scriptures, these 10 commandments, they are what's called gold. The law of Yahweh is what? Perfect. But it's done away with. But in Psalms 19:7, it's talking about all of the law. It's perfect. Every bit, every piece of it. Converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Most High are what? Right. Rejoice in the heart. The commandment of the Most High is what? Pure. Enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean. Now it's dirty. No, it's clean. Enduring forever. The judgments of the Most High are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than what? Fine gold. Yeah, but sometimes stuff happens. I can't think of nothing that might happen, but if something happens, it's like David and Yeshua did. They were hungry and they ate. They did something. They were telling them that their law wasn't supposed to do. David wasn't supposed to eat no showbread. He wasn't no high priest. But guess what? Him and the men that were with him, they were hungry. I never buy and sell on the Sabbath. I know people that do. I don't beat them over the head. And they know about the Sabbath. But you see them, did you just go buy that? I just shake my head, that's them. The Most High dealing with, at least they know what the Sabbath is. The Most High can grace them and teach them not to do that. And it was a person, I won't call their name in here today, and they were buying it right after service. They going buying food for their family. Right after I just been told we ain't supposed to buy and sell on the Shabbat. But after a while, that person called me and said, you know what? I just realized that was wrong what I've been doing all this time. I said, yeah. And now they don't buy and sell on the Sabbath. That's what grace is. He graces us to get things together. But more desired are they to be what? Gold. Yea, than much fine gold. I don't see nobody throwing gold out. Nobody. But the golden rule. Again, who is this talking? Who is this talking? This is Yeshua HaMashiach talking. He said, therefore, all things whatsoever you eat, you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth unto destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Ain't gonna be a lot. Billions of Christians in the world. Do you know all them ain't getting in? They think they is. But they think they are. I know my English, But anyway, what we said, volume 2. We looked at this. Don't take the Most High name in vain. So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna start reading 1 through wherever till we get to thou shalt not kill. Just to remind you of these 10 commandments that most people say they keep. Find out you're not. It says, and Yah spake these words, saying, I am the Most High the Elohim, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. What? Most so-called, I'm a Christian. But you got other gods before him, or besides him. Who? Nimrod. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You celebrating Christmas, ain't you? Yeah, but it's for Jesus. I'm doing it for Jesus. No, you can't worship him like the heathen worship their people, their gods. Thou shalt not make any unto thee any graven image. You got a picture of who you call Jesus in your house. That's an image. You got a Christmas tree in your house. I'm tell you, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow thyself down to them, nor serve them. You got to take a bow just to put the gift and get the gift from under the tree. Better go watch them Christmas. We got like 4 Christmas classes up here. Go look them up. Got them in a nice playlist for you called holidays. Go look it up. Got everything for you. If I never do another teaching, we got enough for a long time to sustain you on knowing the Most High's truth. I put it out there to the best of my ability. It might be something wrong. Some understanding I might not have. Might be wrong. But it's enough in there to get you started and on your way. It says, thou shalt not bow down to them, nor serve them. For you serving Christmas tree. Every year you got to drag that tree in your house, or drag it from down out of the attic if you got a fake one. Because you hear the music on TV. All the songs and stuff. You serve. Oh, we got to pull the tree out. We got to trim the tree. Because it's that time of year. You serving that tree. That tree can't dress itself. You dressing the tree for him. You serving that tree. Putting your nice little tinsels and candy canes and ornaments, and put the star at the top. Oh, look how beautiful. Oh, there's a beautiful tree. It's so beautiful. It's adoration. It's worship. He said, for I, the Most High, thy Elohim is a jealous. We probably be talking about killing. I'm still right here. But what he do? He's jealous. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. We got a class called mercy. We all throughout. Who get the mercy? Those keeping the commandments, or at least trying to. And it said, you shall not. We looked at. I'm ready to get on into this, guys. We talked about the Sabbath day, which is that one was great. Talk about the Shabbat, not last week, but the week before. Then we talked about honoring your mama and your father and your mother, your mama and your daddy. We showed you what that was, and we show you that it's a church right down the street around here. They doing the 10 Commandments series too. but they blatantly disregard number 4. We're not gonna play the video, but you saw it. Honor thy mother and father, that thy days may be long in the land which how thy God giveth thee. Elohim, honor thy father and mother. And the way you honor him is whatever the scriptures, what they supposed to be teaching you, you going out and doing, that's honoring them. Not only is that, you not as only that, you honor them with your life, but you look after them. You give them things. You help them when they need help. Check on them from time to time. Do you got to do it every day? No. But check on them from time to time. Make sure they all right. Still breathing, living, kicking. Ain't hungry. Throw them a few dollars here and there. It ain't gonna kill you. Matter of fact, it'll lengthen your days on this earth. You know, if they ask you to borrow some money, lend them the money. You know, a lot of times I've lent to my parents on a few occasions. I don't even make them pay it all back. I know, don't even worry about this. Y'all keep a couple thousand. It don't matter. Keep that. And don't that. That's a blessing to them. That's how you honor them. Talk good about them. I talked about my mom and daddy last week about how I feel. I was scared of them. Still scared of them. I've never cursed at my mom and dad. I never hit my mom and dad, shoved my mom and dad, never talked back neither. Wanted to, but I knew better. Because what we talking today? Thou shalt not kill today. This volume 5. Thou shalt not kill. Because if I would talk back to them, they would have killed me. Pow! Wake up 20 years later coming out the coma. But we're talking about what? Killing today. It was this video that's how the Most High let you know that you doing the right thing. It was this guy, he was doing I told you Memphis is the #1 murder city here in the country. Used to be like Detroit and Chicago. We done passed them. We got some hoodlums around here, man. I'm trying to tell you, you can't go out without that thing. You can't. It's always on my hip. When I leave out, if I forgot it, I turn back around and come back and get it. But this guy was on there. This black guy, he had a boxing academy. I don't know his name, but he was on another guy's video. He said, "Don't shoot. Put up your dukes." That's what he said. Don't shoot. Put up your duke. That's what people used to do. They used to fight like fisticuffs, and then if you got beat down, you just got beat down. Now it ain't no never ending. Just retaliation here, retaliation there. It's just doing stuff. But that's why I got that Bible basic instruction before leaving Earth. That guy that don't shoot, put up your dukes. He was dancing and he said a few cursing words and all that, but he said, "I'm a Bible believer." That's basic instruction before leaving Earth. As he desecrated the Sabbath day. Oh boy, let me tell you something. But it says Exodus 20:13. Thou, you, this is what it is. Thou, you, that finger pointing at you, shall not kill. Whoever that finger pointing at is pointing at anybody watching. You shall not kill. Deuteronomy 5:17 say the same thing. Thou, you shalt not kill. Don't do it. But that's very, very, very misleading. This is an English translation. What it really should say is, thou shalt not murder. That's what it should say. Don't murder. Don't kill. Don't murder, folks. So this is what the series volume 5 should be. Commandment 6, thou shalt not murder. That's what it should say. But let's look up the word kill. But that word kill is, and I tell you, one Hebrew word carries a whole multitude of meanings. But this particular word is ratsak. It means, it says slayer, murderer, kill, murderer, slain, manslayer, killing, slayer, slayeth, death, to murder, slay, kill. Murder, slay, kill. To murder, to stay, premeditated, accidental. These are all all of the it says premeditated, accidental. But you got when it's talking about you shall not do something, and this word means a whole bunch of things. It depends on the situation on how you apply this word. Or there's a lot of words for kill in the Bible: slay, smote, slew, those kind of things. Yeah, it's a big difference. To murder, assassinate, murderer, assassin, to be killed. But brother, you can't turn kill into you got kill and murder. You can't change it to that. All of the other translations, most of them do it too. New Living, you must not murder. English, you shall not murder. Berean Study, you shall not. Look at all these King James said you shall not kill. So if I go and kill a spider that I see up there, I just broke the commandment then, didn't I? No. Look at all of them. All of them said, thou shalt not murder. Now, Brenton Septuagint translation says, thou shalt not kill. Douay Rheims said, thou shalt not kill. But most of them said, don't murder. So we should do not murder. So what we going to look at? We going to go, the first murderer. Who is that? Most people, when you ask them this question, they're going to tell you Cain. That's true, in a sense. But the first murderer, Wikipedia, they said Cain. Watch what it says. It says, Cain is the biblical figure in the book of Genesis within Abrahamic religions. He is the elder brother of Abel. The first killed his little brother. What would that be like? You got to walk around. You got to walk around knowing you have slew your baby brother. She said, then why are they angry at John Moran? That's a personal question for whoever hating on him. Whoever hating on him. I can't answer for everybody, but he gotta be more responsible. I wouldn't even let nobody know that I'm carrying a pistol, because you gotta just be discreet with it. Just be discreet. And you gotta realize that this brother is representing an organization. And these organizations say they have certain morals and certain guidelines that they follow. And you got to realize if you're the face of that particular company, you gotta toe their particular line. I even said, what did he do illegal? I said, what did he do? What did he do that was illegal? Was it a bad look? Yeah, it was a bad look. But what did he do that was illegal? But he's representing their brand, so he gotta, he gotta follow what's what. But it says he was a farmer who gave an offspring of his crops to Yah. However, Yah was not pleased. In fact, blah, blah, blah. It said some traditional interpretations consider Cain to be the originator of evil, violence, or greed. According to Genesis, Cain was the first human born and the first what? Murderer! Is that true? In a sense, yeah, in a sense. But we're going to go to John chapter 8, verses 31 through 45. And this is called, The Truth Will Set You Free. Then said Yeshua unto those Jews which believed on him, those Yehudim that believed on him, if you continue in my words, then you are my what? Disciples indeed. This is let me tell you something, guys. Excuse me as I sip this. But this is a way to quiz your family and friends who you want to start to keep Torah like you doing, to keep the law like you doing. Ask them this. Where is they ain't gonna be able to tell you. Where is the only place that the word disciple is mentioned in the Old Testament, and what did it say those people have to have in them? You guys should know by now. We're going to go to Isaiah 8, 16, and we'll skip to verse 20. It said, bind up the law, bind up the testimony, seal the law. Where? Among my disciples. That's the only place we see the word disciple in the old so-called Old Testament. Only place. It says, then we skip to 20. So what did Yeshua put in his disciples? If y'all say he kept the law perfect, What did he do? He put that law in his disciples. He told you did. He told you he did in John chapter 17. Go read John, the whole chapter of John chapter 17, whenever you get a chance. It says, and to the law and to the testimony, which should be in the disciples, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no what? No light in them. There ain't no light in them. What does it mean by ain't no light in them? Ain't no law in them. Matter of fact, I didn't put this in here, but we're going to go to Psalm 119. I didn't put it in here, and I always get in trouble. I hope it's where I think it is. I always get in trouble. Psalm 119. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. Psalm 119, 104. Your word is a lamp. What is that? Light. It says, your word is a lamp to my feet and a what? Light to my path. What you think it is? The law is the lamp, folks. Get that right. Matter of fact, I know another one. Let's go. Since you, well, that didn't say law right there, brother Ronnie. Okay. Okay, you want to play games. Let's go to Proverbs 6. It says, for the commandment is Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp and the law a light. Reproofs of instructions are the ways of life. Oh, okay, daughter of Sarah. Okay. You know, but yeah, the law is a light, the commandment is light. That's what it is. If you say it, look, the law, this is what's supposed to be in disciples. If you speak anything according to it, you have no light in you, you have no commandments in you, you have no law in you, you have no Yeshua in you. Get that right. But let's get back to John chapter 8, verse 32. It says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Free from what? Sin. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. They answered him and said, we be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou ye shall be made free? Yeshua said unto them, verily, verily, most assuredly, truly, truly, I say to you, whosoever committeth sin, what are you? You're a servant of sin. That's how you become under the law. Under the law of sin. But Yeshua, he came to set you free from that. How? By sealing the law inside of you. Yeshua, he said, whosoever committed sin is the servant of sin, and the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth forever. If the Son, therefore, shall make ye free, ye shall be what? Free indeed. I know that ye are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me. He said, you seek to murder me. Y'all want me to die? Then you read, thou shalt not kill. You seek to kill me because my word have no place in you, because you're what? You're full of darkness. You're full of sin. You're full of wickedness. I speak that which I have seen. He said, I speak that which I have seen with my Father. That's the Most High. And you do that which ye have seen with your father. That's the devil, Satan. What do you mean he's seen with his father? So he's seen these commandments in heaven. That's where they came from, heaven. The angels came down with it. Well, Yeshua with them. You know it's a kingdom up there. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. But let's keep it pushing. It said they answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Yeshua said unto them, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. Well, what was Yeshua trying to get them to do? To keep the law, the works of Abraham. Well, he kept the law too. But now ye seek to murder me. He said, you seek to kill me. Y'all trying to kill me. A man that told you the truth. He said, I'm a man that told you the truth. He said, which I have heard of Yah, this did not Abraham. He said, Abraham did, he obeyed the truth. He did what we told him to do. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even Yah. Yeshua said unto them, if Yah were your father, if he was your daddy, if he was your Abba, ye would love me. What does that mean? He already told you, if you love me, keep my commandments. For I proceeded forth and came from Yah, neither came I of myself, but he that sent me. And we all know, he kept the law perfect, because the Most High sent him to do that. He said, why do you not understand my speech? Why don't you understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father will ye do. He, Satan, was the murderer from the beginning. That's the first murderer. And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, but you believe me not. I'm telling you, what's the truth? It's scrolling. It's always scrolling. Okay, all right. We see you, Brittany. We see you, Mother CA, mother of Rhiannon, of Zachariah Z and the family. Thank you for coming on in today. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. But he said, because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. What's the truth? You see it. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. That's what it's been since the beginning. That's what it is. But guess what? Satan is the first murderer. The devil. Diablos. And so I seen this. I just gotta sneak this in, folks. Satan is the first murder. Yeah, KFC. They got a Diablo meal. Oh, what? A Diablo meal promoting some game called Diablo 4. And what does Diablo mean? It's Spanish for the devil. You should not be playing no game called Devil or Diablo. You shouldn't even play the first 3 games. If you got it on pre-order, get your money back. Or you just lost that $5, $6, $7, whatever it may be. Some Diablo. We gonna give you that in the Reign of Valeria Bible. It said, "For so throw, so deviates throw. You are the Padre. You are of your Padre El Diablo, the devil." Why? Because he El Hacido Homicida. That's a homicide. He was the El Hacido Homicida desde el Principio. He was a murderer from the beginning. Down the bottom, he the father of what? Lies. Man, you better not go to KFC ordering no daggone Diablo meal, devil meal. Man, I wish. I said, these people, they don't even care that they wicked. They don't care. And look at the woman. That's who they call in Jewish mythology. That's Lilith. Oh, that's the first wife of Adam. No, she a figure in ancient Jewish mythology. Get out of here. But Satan is the first murderer. Why? Who did he murder? Who did he kill? He killed Adam. When Adam followed him and his wife bowed their proverbial knee, in a sense, when they ate, when the Most High said, don't eat. And when the Most High said, don't eat, Satan said, it's all right, eat it. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But he was jealous and angry at Adam. He was angry. Go read the book of here. I didn't put it in here, and I'm not gonna read out of this today. But the lost books, the Bible, the lost books of the Bible and the forgotten books of this is not scriptures, just ancient stuff that they believed and stories they told. But the devil told him, I don't like you. I hate you. I'm jealous of you. I don't like you. That's what he said to Adam and Eve. I'll put that up later. It ain't fitting back in there. But we're going to go to the Quran. Oh, Brother Ronnie, you reading the Quran? Yes. we reading the Quran. We're going to read it. It has some truths in it. But we're gonna go to Surah 2:31 through 36, and I've showed y'all this before. And we're not gonna read all this. We're just gonna read the red. And I'm gonna tell you that murdering and killing, it always comes from jealousy, envy, and anger. It always comes from those things. We want to it said we're gonna read down. The Most High told all the angels, bow down to Adam. They all bowed down except for who? Satan. He the only one that didn't do it. He refused. He was arrogant, proudful. Got Pride Month. You see what's going on at the White House? Some debauchery. Even I don't know the press secretary name, and she's a lesbian, but even she said, well, that was disrespectful and disgraceful. The guy that was topless, dancing and topless at the White House. Pride Month, Proud Month. Go watch our class, The Origin. You better go watch it. Go look at it. But he refused, was arrogant, proud. And let's go back to this right here. This Lilith, a lot of people say that the serpent that was in the tree was Lilith. They say that. You got the Baphomet, that which is two genders. The Baphomet he two genders, male and female. But the devil, proud. I ain't saying you can take how you want to take that. I ain't, I don't hate nobody. Just give the truth to everybody and hope that I love you enough to tell you the truth and hope that you change whatever it is. Whether you are a thief, whether you are an adulterer, whether you are a just break the sack, whatever it may be. And myself included. Everything I teach, it don't just go for say, do what I say, not as I. No, it go for me too. And people, you're just judging people. You're judging. No, we judge righteously. You judging. It go for me too. And we all got to change and line up with Torah. But he was arrogant and was one of the disbelievers. He was a disbeliever. What the Most High say do? Bow. So he didn't do it, meaning he didn't believe that Adam was supposed to be worthy to be bowing down and serving. But he says, and we said, talking about these angels in heaven, we said, "Oh, Adam, inhabitant of the garden, you and your spouse, and eat from it freely as you please. But do not approach this tree, lest ye become wrongdoers." But Satan caused them to slip. Why? He jealous, envious of them. Why are they preferred above me? But Satan caused him to slip from it and caused him to depart the state they were in. We said, go down, some of you enemies of one another, and you will have residence on earth and enjoyment for a while. And then we go skip to Surah 17, 61 through 64. And when we said to the angels, bow down yourselves to Adam, so they bowed themselves, save Iblis. Iblis, if you look in the dictionary of angels, that'll let you know that's another name for Satan. It said, save Iblis, the devil. He said, shall I bow myself unto one that has created of clay? He said, what thinkest thou? This whom thou honoreth above me? Jealousy, envy. Satan said, if you deferest me to the day, that's why he get to run around still. That's why he still get to run around and deceive everybody. He said, if you deferest me to the day of resurrection, I shall. How he know about some resurrection? The Most High done all the angels, he done showed them stuff. That's why there's no repentance for them. They know the whole truth. If thou defers me to the day of resurrection, I shall surely master his seed, save a few. Make sure you that few that he don't get an advantage over. Said he, depart those of them that follow thee. Surely Gehenna, that's hell, the lake of fire, shall be your recompense, and ample recompense. And startle, the Most High said, all right, and startle whomsoever of them thou canst with thy voice. Don't listen to the devil voice. Most High said, don't eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The devil said, oh, you can eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. No. The Most High said, don't eat pigs. The devil said, well, you know, he ain't going to kill you for just eating something. What'd he do with Adam and Eve? They got killed. And startle whomsoever of them thou canst with thy voice, and rally against them thy horsemen and thy foot. The devil got horsemen. He got an army too, called the army of darkness, the kingdom of darkness. And share with them, he said, and share with them in their wealth. That's what it's like. Everybody after what they call the proverbial bag. We after a bag. And rally against them thy horsemen and thy foot, and share with them in their wealth and their children, and promise them. The devil make promises. These famous folks, he show you way in, but he don't show you no way out. These celebrities and stars, they be sad, depression struck, because they know what they have done. Making a deal with the devil. Man, all of them made a deal. No, I ain't saying that. But you know, there's different levels to stuff. But it says, but Satan promises them not except delusion. But let's go. That agrees right with Yeshua. He going to Gehenna. Yeshua said in Matthew 25:41, then shall he say also unto them that depart on the left, depart from me, ye cursed, into what? Everlasting fire. Prepare for who? The devil and his angels, or his army, of his horsemen too. Matthew 10:28, and fear not them which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy your soul and body where? In hell. Good. We just see the word hell, but the word there is Gehenna in the Greek. Well, what that mean? And here it is right here. It says hellfire. Hell is a place of future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire. This was the original valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned, a fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. Gehenna. It was made for Satan. But let's go see him. Let's see we seen that Satan was the first murderer, but he influenced the first human murderer. Oh, let's see it. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. We're gonna read verse 1 to 12. We already halfway done, guys. Yeah. Loving and Mia showing them their sin is wrong. Absolutely right, Sister Rhiannon. But it says, and Adam knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain. And Adam knew his wife. Adam slept with his wife. And she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Most High. So they'll tell you, these people, that Cain is the product of Eve sleeping with the devil. That ain't what this say. That's not what this say. That ain't what this say. It said, but okay, let's just say it. And she said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh. So Yahweh let them do this? Let that union be? Stop that. Let's to show you. Verse 2. And she again bare his brother Abel. What she again? She again what? Bred another kid. Why? Because her and Adam, they knew each other. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought up the fruit. I'm gonna tell you that serpent seed doctrine is so messed up. Most High told them they can eat of every tree of the garden. They'll tell you that the trees are representative of different kind of men and creatures and stuff like that. So the Most High said they can mess with everything except one tree. Man, get out of here. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought up the fruit of the ground and offering unto Yahweh. Where did they get these offerings from? Well, what are you talking about an offering? Where are they getting this from? You remember the Most High made them coats of skin? That's when they learned the sacrificial system. And it says, and Abel he brought of the firstling of his flock and of the fat thereof, and the Most High had respect unto Abel and unto his offering, but unto Cain and to the offering he had not respect, and Cain was very wroth, mad, angry. That will make you kill a person. And his countenance fell. And the Most High said unto Cain, why art thou mad? What are you mad for? And why is thy countenance fallen? He said, if thou dost well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou does not well, or well means good. That's why Paul said, let me turn to it, because I mess it up. Mess it up in a minute. You can go to Romans. I stay messing stuff up, man. Okay. He said, Paul said, this is Romans 7:13. Has then what is good become death unto me? Certainly not, but sin. What did Paul call good? You go back up to verse 12. He says, for therefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Cain, if you do what I tell you to do, he said, if you do what I tell you to do, shall you not be accepted? And if I do what I not tell you, do what I tell you not to do, sin lieth at the door. Why didn't Cain say, what the heck you talking about? What was sin? I don't know what that is. They knew what sin was. From the moment Adam did what he did, they knew what it was. And until these shall be his desire, personification, and thou shalt rule over him. Sin. He, meaning the devil, because he is the first, he the one that sinned from the beginning. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. He murdered him. Mad, jealousy, envy. Why he like his gift and don't like my gift? Bruh, because this is a sin offering, brother. You offer blood, not no fruits and stuff. Not this a sin offering, sucker. And the Most High said unto Cain, where is Abel? Where your brother at? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Lying. You do know where he is. You put him somewhere. So right with murdering come what? Lying, anger, all that stuff. It's all tied together. Just mad at people. Just walking around, you just mad. Angry man like on Martin. Sit yourself down, fool. The angry man. Oh boy. And he said, grouchy Smurf, just hate everybody. I hate that they eat milk and cookies. I hate milk and cookies. Man, what milk and cookies do to you, bro? They going to the movies. I hate the movies. Grouchy Smurf. Dude just hated everything. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth. You know, Adam mama opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not therefore yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond thou shalt be. But he slew. What that word slew is? That word slew is harag, slay, kill, murder, destroyed. Thou shalt not murder like Cain just did. Let's look at this same thing in Josephus. And brothers and sisters, y'all gonna have to excuse Brother Ray. He gonna have to put these peoples on to see this. I got so much stuff on the screen, if you know what I mean. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I had to go and break down and say, man, let me get some reading glasses because some of this stuff I can't see. You got to be truthful with yourself. Adam and Eve had two sons. The elder of them was named Cain. Wait, Josephus, the ancients. Whose son was this? Adam and Eve had two sons. The elder of them was Cain, which name, when it is interpreted, signifies a possession, because that's all he about. The younger was able, which signifies sorrow. You know, that's a type of Yeshua, a man acquainted with what? Many sorrows. They had also daughters. Now the two brethren were pleased with different courses got two different courses of life. Two different courses, just like Jacob and Esau. The Most High said, there are two manner of people in you. Jacob representing righteousness, and Esau representing what? Wickedness. Madison, all right, trying to make fun. Auntie said I look like Harry Potter the other day. She said, "Oh, you look like Harry Potter." But now Harry Potter look like me. You know. But anyway, it said sorrow, two manner of people. And he says, for Abel, the younger was a lover of what? Righteousness. You know, doing what the Most High said and believing that Yah was present in all his actions. That's what we got to start practicing. We need to start practicing. Just because you can't see the Most High, oh, he see you though. He got eyes what? Everywhere. But it says, and believing that Yah was present in all his actions, he excelled in virtue, and his employment was that of a shepherd. You know, like Yeshua was a shepherd. David was a shepherd, and Yeshua is the seed of David. Yeah. But what the seed of David got to do? The law, just as it is written in the law of Moses, that there may always be a king, said he that sit on the throne. Huh? Yeshua gonna sit on the throne of his father David when he come back. Yeah, he coming back. You know, the modern day Jewish people, they don't believe that Yeshua was the Messiah. They say he ain't no peace in this earth right now. Oh, when he was here, he didn't establish all of this stuff. There ain't nowhere in the script that say he got to do that the first time he came. Nowhere. Oh boy. But it said, but Cain was not only very wicked in other respects, but was wholly intent upon getting. Are you? That's what Hollywood is about. Just getting. And he first contrived to plow the ground. He slew his brother on the occasion of the following. They had resolved to sacrifice to Yah. Now Cain brought the fruits of the earth and of his husbandry, but Abel brought milk and the first fruits of his flock, but Yah was more delighted with the latter oblation. And when he was honored with what grew naturally of his own accord, and he was with what was the invention of a covetous man. Covetous. We ain't got to that one yet. And gotten by force in the ground, whence it was that Cain was very mad. Anger and murder go hand in hand. That Abel was preferred by Yah before him, and he slew his brother and hid his body, thinking to escape discovery. Like the Most High didn't see what he just did. But Yah, knowing what had been done, came to Cain and asked him, what has become of your brother? That's what they do. Watch these interviews when people get murdered on YouTube. They try to hide stuff. That's what first thing they doing is hiding stuff. But Yah, knowing what had been done, came to Cain and asked him, and what has become of your brother, because he had not seen him of many days, whereas he used to observe them conversing together at other times. But Cain was in doubt within himself and knew not what answer to give. At first he said that he was himself at a loss about his brother disappearing, lying. But when he was provoked by Yah, who pressed him vehemently as resolving to know what the matter was, he replied, he was not his brother's guardian or keeper, nor was he an observer of what he did. But in return, Yah convicted Cain. After we finish this 10 Commandment series, we're going to show you, we're going to give you the judgment, how you get judged by this law. Oh, yes, don't y'all miss that one. You know, it's a weighing process. You got weightier matters of the law. We're going to show you how the Most High going to do all that. Oh, boy. You get ideas of it all throughout the scripts. It's a court. Everybody got a court date. Everybody. But it says, He said he wasn't his brother's keeper, but in return, Yah convicted Cain. He let you say your piece. He said, and as having been the murderer, he's a murderer. You shall not murder. And said, he said, Cain, I wonder at thee that thou thought that thou knowest not what is become of the man thou thyself. You done destroyed him. Yah therefore did not inflict the punishment of death upon him on account of his offering sacrifice. They were offering sacrifices. All right. Right? Let's go to Jasher. We're going to look at the same thing in Jasher. We're just putting Bible, Josephus, Jasher. They're all saying the same thing. I think I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. But it said Jasher 1:12 through 32. We not gonna read 12 through 32, so don't be getting all in the. Yes, we are. I might skip here and there. But then the Most High said, and the Most High drove them that day from the garden. Adam and Eve kicked them out the garden to till the ground from which they were taken, and they went and dwelt at the east of the Garden of Eden, and Adam knew his wife Eve. See, even Jasher, the book of the upright, the writer knows, and Adam knew his wife Eve, and she bore 2 sons and 3 daughters. They know. And she called the name of the firstborn Cain, saying, I have obtained a man from the Most High. I got him from the devil. No. And the name of the other was called Abel, for she said, in vanity we came into the earth, and in vanity we shall be taken from it. And the boys grew up, and their father gave them a possession in the land, and Cain was the tiller of the ground, and Abel was a keeper of sheep. And it was at the expiration of a few years that they brought an approximating offering unto the Most High. And Cain brought the fruit of the ground, and Abel brought from the firstling of his flock and from the fat thereof. And Yah turned and inclined Abel and his offering, and fire came down from the Most High from heaven and consumed it. And Cain and his offering, the Most High did not turn, and he did not incline to it, for he had brought from the inferior fruit of the ground before the Most High. And Cain was what? Jealous against his brother Abel on account of this, and he sought a pretext to slay him. Started in from the inside. And then sometime after, Cain and Abel, his brother, went one day into the field to do their work, and they were both in the field. Cain tilling and plowing his ground, and Abel feeding his flock. And the flock passed that part which Cain had plowed in the ground, and it sorely grieved Cain on this account. What your sheep doing over here? Keep your sheep on their side. Cain approached his brother Abel in anger. That right there ain't the issue. What the issue really is what happened when my offering wasn't accepted. And he said unto him, what is there between me and thee, that thou comest to dwell and bring thy flock to feed in my land? And Abel answered his brother Cain and said unto him, what is there between me and thee, that thou shalt eat the flesh of my flock and clothe thyself with their wool? Right? They can't eat out this ground, but you can wear their wool? And now, therefore, put off the wool of my sheep, which thou hast clothed thyself, and recompense me for their fruit and flesh, and flesh which thou hast eaten. You done ate their flesh, and you done wore when it's cold, you got their wool on your body. And when thou shalt have done this, I will then go from thy land, and thou, as thou hast said. And Cain said to Abel his brother, surely I will slay thee this day. Who will require thy blood from me? And Abel answered Cain, saying, surely Yah, who has made us in the earth, he will avenge my cause, and he will require my blood from thee. From thee shouldest thou slay me, should you kill me. For the Most High is the judge and arbiter, and it is he who will requite man according to his evil, and the wicked man according to the wickedness that he may do upon the earth. And now, if thou shouldest slay me here, surely Yah knoweth thy secret views. He know you ain't hiding nothing from the Most High. He know your innermost thoughts. And with just that's why Cain couldn't do nothing. Most High was acting like he didn't know where he was. Now, where your brother at? He know where he was. But let's get to verse 24. It said, when Cain heard the words which Abel his brother had spoken, behold, the anger of Cain was kindled against him, against his brother Abel, for declaring this thing. And Cain hastened and rose up and took the iron part of his plowing instrument. With it he suddenly smote his brother, and he slew him. And Cain split the blood of his brother Abel upon the earth, or spilt the blood of his brother Abel upon the earth, and the blood of Abel streamed upon the earth before the flock. And after this, Cain repented, having slain his brother. I was watching that's how you know, man, I just stuff popping up in my feed on YouTube. Fellow got mad, his cousin took $300 off his EBT card, went over there, got in an argument, killed his cousin. But he was very remorseful and sorry for what he had done, just like Cain was right here. Was remorse, brother. Just when he knew he said, "Oh my," he said, "I just messed up. I done messed up. I messed up." That's the first time I ever felt sorry for a criminal. Anger. And after this, Cain repented, having slain his brother, and he was sadly grieved, and he wept over him, and it vexed him exceedingly. Kill somebody. Hey, that ain't an easy thing to do. And Cain rose up and dug a hole in the field wherein he put his brother. But you'll see it, and then you know everything. The Most High said, "You did it. You done it. You're the same story." But I told you the causes of murder. Yeshua gonna tell you the causes of murder: anger, envy, jealousy. But we're gonna look at this though. Matthew 5:21-24. Ye have heard it was said of them of old time, "Thou shalt not kill. And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of judgment. But I say unto you that he's further expounding on that thou shalt not murder law. He's saying, don't even get to the point that you angry with somebody like that. Because when you're angry, guess what it's going to cause you to do? Kill. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, "Raka," or "empty head," or "you fool," shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, "Thou fool," shall be in danger of hell fire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there remembers that thy brother hath aught against thee, don't this sound like Cain and Abel all over again? Leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. It was a dispute between them brothers. Oh boy. Kill. But he said, thou shalt kill. What is it? Phronuo. It said to kill, slay, murder, commit murder. Ain't no thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not murder. Told you. What did I just say? There are causes for murder. Let's see some more causes for murder. Let's go to 1 John 2:15-17. But watch this. It says, love not the world. Do you love the world? You want to do everything they doing. Neither the things that are in the world. If any man or woman, boy or girl, love the world, the love of the Father, which is his law, is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of this world. And the world passeth away, and the lust. There are all these, they call the finer things in life. You know, driving your Maserati, living in your 20 room mansion, wearing the finest threads. You know, not like Brother Ronnie wearing the Polo Club. You know, the fake polo, the no-lo. The uh-oh. Oh, she said, "Oh, appreciate that, daughter of Sarah. Let me put them things." No, only when I need them, you know. But you see it right here. You got it. The pride. Those are some of the anger, the pride of the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. They always lead to what? Murder. And the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth, do you see the word do? He that doeth of Yah abideth forever, or that's eternal life forever. Ye, James 4:4 says something similar. He said, ye adulterers and adulteresses. We ain't got to that one yet. That's next week. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God, and whosoever there is hatred with the Most High. You hate the Most High when you love this, when you friends with this world, doing what they doing, eating how they eat, go where they go, do what they do. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world, you an enemy of the Most High. You want to do everything they doing. You don't want to do what the Most High people do. What? Read and study the word every day. We don't want to do that. That ain't no fun. To me it is. But we all got to get to a point where it's fun to you. Man, this Bible is more interesting than all of the movies put together. But we're going to look, what? The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. We're going to look at David, Bathsheba, and Uriah. Let's go to 2 Samuel 11, 2-17. We're going to show you. That's right, kill life is Torah. Pride go before the destruction, the Holy Spirit before the fall. Zechariah Z said he got on his Goodwill shirt. Yeah, man, I love this shirt. I went, man, some people like, man, did you have this shirt on the other day when I go to work and stuff? Oh, yeah, it's clean though, ain't it? Long as it smell like, ALL, all. The stain lifter, that's all, But let's look at David and Bathsheba. It says, and it came to pass in the evening tide that David arose from his bed. See, everybody else went off to fight and stuff. It was a time of the year where the kings went off to battle. But David, he stayed back at the palace. That David arose from off his bed and walked unto the roof of the king's house. And from the roof, he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. The lust of the eyes and the lust of the flesh. Right there. Here we go. And David sent and inquired after the woman, and one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? Somebody's wife. And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her. For she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived. Somebody come up pregnant. And sent and told David and said, I am with child. Problem is, Uriah ain't slept with her because guess what? He been at war all this time. Uh-oh. See, David didn't have to kill Uriah. He could have just, but either way, he still would have been wrong. Let's say Uriah come back with his wife. Whoa, woman, you pregnant? What's going on around here? And then Uriah would have had a kill, but still, that still would have been David's fault too. And this woman would say, this the king, baby. No. It's just wrong all the way, whichever way you look at it. Wrong. But watch, David gonna try to get out of it. He gonna try to get out of it. And David sent Joab saying, send me Uriah the Hittite general. Come on over here. Commander of my army, come over here. And send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come in unto him, David demanded of him how small talking him. How you doing, brother? Come on in here. Come on, I know you've been in battle. Come on in here. And how the people did, and how the war prospered. Just small talking him. But he got another plan in mind. And David said to Uriah, go down to thy house and wash your feet, brother. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. Delicacies. Man, go down to your house, wash your feet, get down on some of this good meat, bruh. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. Didn't go do it. Why? Because all the other brothers still out there fighting a battle, but how am I over here enjoying all this luxury? And when they had told David, saying Uriah went not to his house, David like, oh my goodness. David said unto Uriah, camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down unto thine house? And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abides in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in open fields. Shall I then go into my house to eat and drink, and to lie down with my wife? As thou livest and as thy soul liveth, I won't do this. Other people suffering, I know. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today and tomorrow, and I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and tomorrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And now this phase 2. Let's get him drunk. And then send him down there to his wife. And at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house. Plan B didn't work. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by you. Wrote the letter to Joab, sent it by the hand of Uriah. Uriah was walking down going wherever he was going, carrying a letter for his death. Didn't even know it. Wouldn't even open it. That's the king wrote this, and he sealed it, and he sent me to do this. He wasn't nosy all up in other folks' business, even though that was his business. And he wrote a letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle and retire ye from him, and that he may be smitten and die. That's the murder right there. He didn't actually do it himself, but he set the things in motion that caused him to be murdered and killed. And it came to pass when Joab observed the city that he assigned Uriah unto the place where he knew that valiant men were, and put him where the brave, valiant men, brave dudes, hottest battle. Where them dudes, man, I don't know if you ever watched 300, how valiant and mighty and strong with that hot part of the battle. You know, where they take somebody behind them, take their sword and get the guy from behind, ducking, running, see their partner over there in trouble, they run over there, that kind of battle. I don't know if Brother Ronnie could do it. I would say, my goodness. Oh, but put in it, you might have to, you find out what you made of. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died. David had him killed. That's murder. We ain't gonna read the rest. When Nathan came and said, hey man, gave him a little like parable type deal, like you murdered Uriah, but David immediately repented. Matter of fact, the baby that they had, the Most High, and the baby couldn't live. Let's go to Proverbs. Murder, thou shalt not kill. These are 16 the Most High hate. These 16 does the Most High hate. Yea, 7 are abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that what? Shed innocent blood. We can kill guilty, but let's keep with the class. We almost done though. And a heart that devises wicked imagination. That's what Yeshua was talking about. Murder and all that wickedness that start in your mind and in your heart. And it says, hey, but look at it, a proud look. These folks, they proud around here this whole month. A lying tongue, just telling lies every which way. We ain't even got to that one. You know, thou shalt not lie. Even though the Bible don't say thou shalt not lie, it's thou shalt not bear false witness. But it's, you know, that's when you bear false witness, you lying. All day. Thou shalt not lie. The Bible don't say that. Thou shalt not bear false witness. You know, mean the same thing though. It says, I remember I told somebody that they looked at me, they grabbed their Bible. Let me see. Let me look at this. It don't say thou shalt not lie. The only thou shalt not lie is you shall not be lying with mankind as with womankind. That's the only line down here. Or you shall not lie with an animal like you lie with a woman. That's the only thou shalt not lie up in there. But when you tell a lie, when you bear false witness, yeah, you are lying, right? Just a little tidbit, just a little trivia question. You can and see if people really know their Bible. Ask them what them 10 Commandments. The first one they going, thou shalt not lie. And it might depend on which translation of the Bible. King James don't say thou shalt not lie. Right? But anyway, let's keep it pushing. It says it says a heart that devises a wicked imagination, feet that be swift to run into mischief, always trying to go where the trouble at. No, man, I'm getting away. Where the trouble at? Over there? Oh, I'm leaving. A false witness that speaketh lies. See, I told you. That's bearing false witness, which equals lying. And he that soweth discord among the brethren. Most High can't stand them people. Always stirring up strife. But what we getting ready to talk about next, this is a great companion to our what does the Bible say about self-defense? I think I still got that class up. If not, I'll put it back up. But what does the Bible say about self-defense? But because it's a time, sometimes you got to, you know, not murder, but shed some blood. To everything there is a season, and to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born. Everybody, if somebody was born, it was their time to be born. And a time to die. If you die, it's your time to die. Most High know it for the first to the last. He know everything. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill. Ooh, you know that movie with Samuel Jackson. Yeah, I'm glad they dead, and I hope they burn in hell. You know that movie, A Time to Kill? Ain't that movie? Yeah. One of my favorite movies with Matthew McConaughey and Samuel Jackson. Let's go to it. Let's go to sometimes we gonna show you sometimes it's all right to kill. And folks that say you can't kill bugs and animals, okay, right, whatever. 1 Samuel 17, 36 to 37, then we'll skip to verse 50. This is around the time where David gonna have to fight, gonna kill Goliath. And David telling Saul, thy servant slew both the lion and the bear. And this uncircumcised Philistine, that's Goliath, shall be as one of them. I didn't kill the lion and the bear. Why did David kill the lion? Did he just kill the lion and the bear for no reason? No. They were trying to get the flock because David was a shepherd. Can you kill a lion and the bear? Oh, I'm trying to tell you. He doing some Samson type stuff. David said, moreover, the Most High had delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear. He would deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, go, and the Most High will be with thee. Skip to verse 50. What'd he do? David prevailed over the what? Over the Philistine. And with the sling and with the stone and smote the Philistine and slew him or killed him. Did he murder Goliath? No, he didn't murder Goliath. He did what had to be done. He's defending Israel. Everybody was scared of him, but not David. Now, skip a chapter over, we're going to see that because of all this heroic that David did, it said the women answer one another when they play and they sing and song and stuff. Saul has slain his thousands and David his 10,000s. So Saul and David, they was manslave, they was men of war. The king went to fight, folks. Like when Yeshua come back, he gonna do some fighting. There's nothing wrong with that kind of killing. But when he heard everybody saying Saul has killed his 1,000 and David his 10,000, jealousy, envy. Now what follow? Verse 8, and Saul was very wroth, mad, anger. And the saying displeased him, and he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000, and they have ascribed but thousands to me. And what can he have more but the kingdom? He want my kingdom. Yeah, great movie. And Saul, and what? And Saul he eyeballed David from that day forward. He trying to take what's mine. Envy. He jealous. Man, it's enough slanging to go around for both of us. There's a lot of wicked and Philistines and Hittites and that. It's plenty of for you and me, man. Why are you tripping? But let's go to Exodus 22, because it's time. It's at Ecclesiastes. It's a time. This one of them times, Exodus. You can go what we go into way greater, more detail in all of the instances in the Bible about self-defense and can you have weapons and all that kind of stuff in that class. It says, if a man steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. You take one ox, you get caught, you gotta give me 5 more back. He probably said, man, I ain't got none. That's why I stole yours. Oh, it said but watch this. If a thief be found breaking up or breaking into a place and be smitten that he die, some thief breaking into your house, there shall no blood be shed for him. It said, if the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. We're going to explain that one in a minute. For he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore what? Double. But a thief, but verse 3, we're going to look at another translation to get a little bit more into this. But watch this. If someone steals an ox or a lamb and slaughters or sells it, the thief must pay 5 cattle in place of the ox and 4 in place of the sheep in place of the lamb. If the thief is caught while breaking in and is hit hard and dies, there is no blood guilt. But if it happens after daybreak, you can see the guy. You see he ain't got no weapons. He just coming up in here. You know what he want to do? Just bind him up and tie him up. He said a thief must make. He said there is blood gift. A thief must, but then a thief must, if you didn't kill him, he must make full restitution for whatever he has stolen. The Bible makes allowances for, self-defense cases type stuff. You can go look when in Nehemiah and them, they was, they would be rebuilding the wall. They had weapons behind the wall. They worked and they had weapons in case some folks came up giving them trouble. And they was like, we might have to slay some folks if they come over here messing with us. Well, you can go watch that class on your own. But the Bible also, thou shalt not murder. That means suicide too. Don't do it. We got a suicide class. If you having suicidal thoughts, go watch that class. It will bless you. And in that class, when I did that class, I realized I didn't put this in here about the Philippian jailer. I said, why didn't I put that in here? But we got it in here. So these are 2 companion classes. Thou shalt not kill or thou shalt not murder. And that self-defense class. But let's go to this Philippian jailer. And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto Yah, and the prisoners heard them. These dudes locked up in jail, still praising and singing to the Most High. But look, something happened to us. We complaining and down in the doldrums, but these dudes locked up. And the prisoners heard them. And the prisoner probably like, what these dudes out happy for? Don't they know they locked up in chains? But because of they prayed and sang unto the Most High, guess what happened? Turn right around here. Turn right around here. And suddenly there was a great earthquake so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And immediately all the doors were open and everyone's bands was loose. It's a miracle. Keep praying, keep praising. The Most High gonna give you a miracle. Sometimes we try to take things into our own hands instead of trusting the Most High. And the prisoner and the keeper of the prisoner, awaking out of his sleep, sleep on the job. Wake yourself up. And seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and was about to kill himself, about to murder himself, about to unalive himself. Supposing that the prisoners had fled. Oh my goodness. See, that's what they did. Back then, I ain't play no game. But see, today you just lose your job if something like that happened. But back then, the prisoners got out. Oh, you got to die. Like on the book of Eli, Eli was in his room and he escaped. And the dude was like, he was just in there. He was just in there. Dude went pop. Oh, they ain't played. Oh boy, yeah, he was. He was. He was ready. Yeah. Yeah, that stand your ground stuff. Yeah, you can't just shoot through doors, like that lady did, and she shot that lady. You can't just shoot through, you can't do that. That's why it says when if it's daylight, you can see them folks. 9 times we got door ring cams and stuff. I don't trust that stuff. But you got a ring and you can see who it is. If it's somebody that mean you harm, you already got 911 on speed dial. Right? But he said, but Paul cried out with a loud voice saying, do not do thyself no harm. If you want, don't kill yourself. The Bible said don't do that. No suicide. If you know somebody that's going through suicide, give them the suicide link so they can watch their class. Go, it's in. You got a lot of video, 200 some videos to go through, but it's in there. You just got to scroll through a few pages. That's all. It says, but Paul cried with a loud voice, don't hurt yourself. We all still here. That's some integrity. Stuff shake out, they stay in jail still. Then he called for a light and sprang in and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas. It says, and brought them out and said, sirs, this jailer says, sirs, what must I do to be saved? And they said, believe on the Lord Yeshua HaMashiach, or the Lord Jesus Christ. See, Christians read this and they just see, all you got to do is believe. And thou shalt be saved and thy house. No. See, this question has already been asked before. What must I do to be saved? Like this dude just said. Like these dudes just said. And behold, one came in and said, good master, what good thing shall I do that I might have eternal life? Eternal life and being saved, that's the same thing. And he said unto them, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yah. But if you want to live, you want to be saved, you want that eternal life, keep the commandments. So we go back here. That's the same thing. This dude just asked Paul, and Paul and Silas said, believe on the Lord Yeshua HaMashiach, and you shall be saved and thy house. Meaning what? Believe it means keep. See, they tried to tell you that all you have to just mentally believe. No, you do. And they said, believe on the Lord Yeshua HaMashiach, and you shall be saved and your house. He can't believe for his people. They got to do the stuff too. And they spake unto him the word of the Lord, and to all that were in his house. What words were they speaking? You do know, no, it wasn't no Matthew, wasn't no Mark, wasn't no Luke, wasn't no John, wasn't no Revelations at this time. Wasn't even a lot of Paul's letters hadn't even been written yet. What word they speaking to him? Yeah, Bible make you better. But don't kill yourself. Thou shalt not kill. That means yourself too. You see that we read the eternal life. You keep the commandments. How read is thou? You know what he said. What's written in the law? Trying to tell y'all. Psalm 149, 1-9. Sing unto the Most High a new song. Some of this lemon water. Man, I'm yelling too much. It says, So now it's a time. Ecclesiastes, it's a time to do all that stuff. Oh, it's gonna be a time to, to do some slaying, when Yeshua come back. It said, praise ye the Most High, sing unto the Most High a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Who? This talking about Israel. If you ain't in Israel, you ain't gonna be able to do none of this. Let them praise his name and dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For the Most High taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise of Yah be in their mouth and the two-edged sword in their hand. Doing what? To execute vengeance upon the heathen. Because if you read in Revelation, it said that the streets the blood would be in the streets up to the horse's bridle. What? To take vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings in chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Are you one of his saints? Be ready. It's a time. Final judgment and glory of Yah. Watch this. It said, when you see this, Isaiah said, when you see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb in the hands of the Most High shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemy. Life for his servants, death for his enemies. For behold, the Most High will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with it. See, anger come with killing. But this righteousness, what the Most High doing, he mad at these world, the heathen, all these people that's worshiping other gods and leading people astray into that stuff. And his rebuke with flames of fire, for by fire and by his sword, the Most High will plead with all flesh. Try to give you the truth. And the slain, with the who? The slain, he ain't murdering nobody. This is righteous judgment. The slain will be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh. This ain't happened yet. Yeshua ain't hit nobody with that sword. He ain't slain nobody yet. And the abomination and the mouth shall be consumed together when he come back. So that sixth commandment is thou shalt not murder. It's not thou shalt not kill. It's thou shalt not murder. Who? Your neighbor. That's why I try not to fuss and fight with nobody. But I'm going to tell you, if you teach against the commandments of Yah, you a murderer. You a murderer just like the devil a murderer. He was a murderer, you a murderer. He told Most High said, don't eat. He said, oh, y'all can eat. Murdered that man. 930 years later, he dead. He murdered Adam. Death. He deathed him. Let's go to Matthew 5:17-20. We ain't got but 5 more after this. Let's look at it. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. All of the law and the prophets have to be fulfilled. The Isaiah 66 that we just did, was that fulfilled? No. Do we have a new heaven and a new earth yet? No. So the law still good. Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments and teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter in. If you're teaching people the law done away with, you're going to get them sent to the kingdom of darkness. And to the lake of fire. They kill. You a murder. You might well be helping to murder them. 1 John 3, 4 through 15. It says, whosoever, thought I had put enough on here where I can see that, but apparently I did. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is. This is question time. Question time. What is sin according to the Bible? Not according to Reverend Rudy Poot. Not according to Pastor Porkchop and Lady Lobster. What is the definition for sin? Biblical definition for sin is the transgression of the law. And you know that he was manifested to take, he meaning who? Yeshua was manifested to take away our sins. Why did he come here? To take away our sin, and in him is no, to take it away is your job, to keep it away. How? By how you conduct yourself, your chaste conversation, your conduct. But if you're having a hard time, he graces you. Whosoever abideth in him, if you continue in him, like he said, if you continue in my law or my word, you are my disciples indeed. He says, little children, let no man deceive. Hold on. Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth have not seen him, neither know him. You still dibbling and dabbling in sin, you don't know him like you should know him. Little children, let no man deceive you. He that doth righteousness is righteous, even as he is righteous, or just as he is righteous. You got to do. Did you see the word do? He that committeth sin is of the devil. You know, the murderer. For the devil sinned from the beginning. You know, the murderer. For this purpose, the Son of Yah was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. You know, the murderer. Whosoever is born of Yah, the life giver, does not commit sin. You know, break the law, transgress the law. And if you don't transgress the law, the life giver gives you what? Life. For his seed, what's that? The word, the law, his sayings, his commandments remaineth in him, and he can't sin because he is born of Yah. You know, the life giver. In this, the children of Yah are manifest. You know who they are. And the children of the devil, you know, the murderer, you know who they are. Whosoever doth not righteousness is not of Yah. You of the devil, the murderer, which makes you a murderer. Neither he that loveth not his brother. We going back to Cain, and we going all the way back there. You know, he declared the end from the beginning. For this message that ye have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, not as Cain, you know, the murderer, who was of the wicked one, the devil, you know, the murderer, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil and his brothers was righteous. You know, jealous. Don't you go be getting jealous. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. We know that we have passed from death, you know, sinning, unto life, doing righteousness, or the law, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. You a murderer if you hate your brother. Esau, the white man. You don't like Esau. No, I hate him. You a murderer, fool. Jacob and Esau were brothers. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. What's that? The commandments. That ain't in you. Because you break the laws, you teach others to break the law, you are a murderer. But guess what? If you are a murderer, you can be forgiven. Did you know that? Don't kill nobody no more. What's that? I think I was watching yeah, I know. Yeah, know. But you can be forgiven. Paul was a murderer. He said he delivered men up in chains to be tortured and killed. He was sat right by consenting to Stephen's death or Stephen's death. He was a murderer, but you can be forgiven. How I know that? You can be forgiven. Of every sin except one. Murder, you can be forgiven. LGBT, you can be forgiven. You didn't cut a piece off. I don't know you can get that back, but you can be forgiven. Oh, yeah, that's right, Sister Erica Yashel. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Spirit shall not be forgiven. So if you're a murderer, that's not their sin. You can be forgiven. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever shall speak it against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world or the world to come. Don't nobody let you talk about some. Don't blaspheme now. Don't blaspheme. Same thing here. I just like to show it to you. But let's get on over here to the last one. Revelation 22, 12 through 17. And behold, look. Yeshua said, look. He said, look. And my reward is what? Is with me to give every man, woman, boy, girl, according as his works. Whatever you do, gonna follow you. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do. That do. Do you see that? Or cursed are they that don't. Blessed are they that do. Cursed are they that don't. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. For on without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers. That's what we talked about today. Thou shalt not murder. Murder was the case that they gave me. Death record is the label that pays me. More child of Israel, you know what that is. Don't murder. I, Yeshua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and offspring of David and the bright and morning star. Root of David. Got to do what David, all of the descendants of David got to do. The law as it is written in the law of Moses. Got to do everything. Sorry to break it to you. He said, and the Spirit and the bride said, come on. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst, what? Come on. And whosoever will, let him take of the water of life freely. Brothers and sisters, that is, I believe that is volume 5. That's volume 5. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not kill. That is what it is. Don't murder. But brothers and sisters, gotta, thank you for coming on in today. Just got through with volume. What's that?